was what I was going to do was I was going to go over any questions that you all had. So if there's a particular question that you want me to do, I was going to do that. And then, um, so this semester I have three college algebra classes. So one of them meets in person in Wesco on Tuesday nights. So when I met with
Mhm.
them Tuesday, we did a review, and I saved that. I made a video of it because I recorded it while we were in class, and I'm going to send it to
Mhm.
you guys tonight as well. And then I have another
Awesome.
online class that we did some review last night. We didn't do as many problems. We only had about four, but I was going to send that to you guys as well. So I'm going to send you,
Awesome.
I'm going to send you everything. But what I wanted to mention was that I do have stuff I'm going to send out to you guys. But I do want to answer any questions that you all might have.
Okay. Is anybody else on, or
So
is
if
it
there's
just
any
me?
questions, let me see. I don't know.
Oh no, it's
Somebody
just
else was
me.
signing in. It's just you. Yeah, there was somebody else who was signing. But I'm looking right now. Looks like her internet's down. So yeah, you got all
Oh,
my
okay.
attention. So if there's anything you need, just let me know.
Well, I'm sure if I go back through my notes and stuff, I will figure this out. But on this problem right here, I got the
The first
answer
one.
correct, but I
Uh huh.
don't exactly understand or remember how on 9 and 10, how is it -4 and 8, and then number 10 is -8 and 4. Oh,
So
my
you're
my
talking about the
numbers are
first problem.
different than yours.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But you're talking about this problem here. Okay. So let me.
but
I'll tell
this
you what. Let
problem
me
here,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, let me go through this problem here, and I'll show you, and then we'll kind of figure it out. So as we're doing these problems here, what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking of the formula for our quadratic function or parabola, and
Right.
this is the basic formula, right? And then we have something called the vertex, and the vertex is just a point H and K.
The H and K, right.
Yeah, and then my number A, if my number A is greater than zero, that just means it's positive. Then my graph opens
Mm-hmm.
up, and if my number A is less than zero, means that it's negative, then my graph opens down. So what I'm going to do here is when I look at, say, this problem, right? What I might say is I'm going to go, okay, let me see if I can find, say, the vertex. So one thing I want you to notice right here, here we have a minus h, but this part is just h. So what that means I'm going to do is whatever number I have on the inside of the parentheses, that sign is going to change. So right now, when I see a positive 2, it's going to become a negative 2. But this number here, that sign doesn't change. The last number stays the same. So this number is going to stay a 7. And
Mm.
then look at the number in front of the parentheses.
It's
Since
a
that number
-1.
is negative, yeah, that means that my graph's going to open down. So what I would do then
Okay.
is I would say, look, where's the vertex -2, 7 that opens down? It would be this one here, and I would drag it that way, right?
Right. Okay.
And
Okay.
then I'll do the same thing for the next one. So again, I'm going to change this
Let's
sign.
do
So it's going
negative
to get
seven and
-7.
two.
There you go. That one there is positive, so
Opens
that
up.
graph's going to open up. There you go. So then I would just take this one and I would drag it over here. And then we'll do the same thing for this one. Again, change that sign, -2, +7. Again, my coefficient here is positive, so my graph's going to open up. So that would be this one over here. It's going to get pulled down that way.
Right.
And then the last one, that's going to be a 7 and a +2. And then, yeah, since that's a -1, that graph's going to open down. And let's see, which is probably this one over here. And that's going to get over there.
Right. Okay.
Does that make
Okay.
more
I
sense?
see what it. Yeah, I see what I was doing. I actually I distributed the negative, like for the first one, like the negative coefficients, I distributed across, and that's how I got the -7. So then I was looking at it and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, but how is the positive for number on number 9? How there's a positive? I'm like, wait, how is that negative? Like, but I mean,
Yeah.
I guessed the correct answer, but I couldn't figure out how.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. And I know that if I like went back and watched the videos again, I would remember. I would know. But I was like, let
Oh,
me
yeah,
save
yeah.
time and just ask.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm here. Were there any other things that you want me to go over? I mean, you got
The
my.
other one that
I'm here, so
the
is there
other,
anything you need?
I have two other questions. Number 5.
Okay. Let's go to number 5 right here. Okay, so what we're gonna basically do, just like the way I was writing the equation that we had before. I'm gonna just do this on the side because I got a little bit more room. So f of x equals a, it's my x minus h squared plus k. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is, here's my
Input.
parabola.
We'll find your other point and then input, right?
Yeah. So look, here's my vertex, right? This is my h and that's my k. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go f of x equals a x minus, and h is a -2 squared plus k, which is at 7. And then I'm going to go f of x equals a. So minus and minus is going to become plus.
Plus.
Right? So just like we did earlier, remember what we said? We said, look, we got to change this sign so it's a -2. Right? We got to change that sign so it's a -2. That one stays the same. It's a +7. Okay, now that we have that part, then what we're going to do is to use this other. The other point they're giving me is 0 and 3. So remember, the 3 stands for the y, and this one stands for the x. So I'm going to put a
So it's
3 right
3.
here. Yeah, equals a. We know x is 0, so that's 0, 2 squared plus 7. So 3 equals a. Let's see, 0 plus 2 is still 2 squared plus 7. So 2 squared is 4, so this is a 4a plus 7. And then all I'm going to do is let me go -7 here and -7 here. So that's a -4 equals 4a. So when I divide by 4, Erica, I'm coming up with a equals -1, right? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to, oops, oh, come on, pen, here we go. I'm going to come back to this piece right here, and I'm just going to rewrite it by going f of x equals -1. You could just put a negative if you'd rather have it. And then x plus 2 squared plus 7. And then we're done.
Okay. I somehow on mine I had I don't know if I messed up. Apparently I have different numbers than you had, but
Yeah.
I
You know what
couldn't.
your number?
I ended up with like
I
a
can do it with you.
fraction. No,
Okay. Do you know
it's
what your number
okay.
are? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I think I messed up my signs, my negatives and positives. Because I was coming up
Okay.
with I was coming up with a fraction. I was coming up with a 4/9 in front of a -4/9 in front of the x plus 3 squared
Okay.
plus 4. So that's where I was off, but it's probably that. It's probably a sign issue.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other one that I had just a moment on was number 13.
Yes. Let's go to 13. Let me scroll and find it.
And I remember when I
Here's-
watched the videos, I remember kind of feeling like I didn't really grasp the factoring. So I know how to do like the synthetic division part of it, and I can get
Okay.
down to the smaller part of where you got the x2 plus the x minus the coefficient, whatever. But I
Yeah.
don't know how to
I'm
factor
gonna
it
go from
out.
there.
That's where I messed up.
Okay. Okay. So perfect. So look, let's do this. So again, my numbers are a little bit different from yours, but like I said, so like the other thing I wanted to mention, and I'm just going to kind of scroll all the way to the bottom because I just printed this out right now. So originally I told you guys that there was 42 questions, but question 42 was not something I should put on there. So when you checked out, and I don't know if you had done 42 or you had gotten there yet, but I removed the question,
No, not yet.
and then I'm going to share my screen with you so that if I do this here and I go to
It
42, it
shows that it
automatically
was.
gave me, yeah, it's already right. And if I click on it, it's going to say, you know, it's been removed,
It
but I got
says
the
you
question.
can't do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me come back. Let's do 13, and then we'll actually plug in their answer to make sure it's going to work out. So let me go back to 13. Here we go. Okay, so it says factor f of x into linear factors given that k is a zero of f of x. Okay, so we know we're going to do our little half box, and you said this part you understood. So we got a 3,
Right.
a 2, minus 91, and 30. Okay, so in my case, they're giving me k equals 5. So when it's in that form, the sign has already been changed for me. I don't need to worry about that part. And then we're just going to start doing the first step. So we're going to bring down the 3. We're going to multiply. That's a 15. Add those together. That's a 17. 5 times 17. Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. So I got a calculator that'll tell me. So what's 5 times 17? It's 85. And this is a negative 6. And then 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. And we got 0, which is what we want to get because he told us it was a 0, right?
Right.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to figure out how can we write the factors. So remember what we have. We now have 3x squared plus 17x minus 6. And what we want to do is we want to factor this. So when I want to factor a polynomial like this, the first step is let me take the first number times the last number.
Okay, that's
So
what I
3,
wasn't sure. I thought that's what it was.
yeah. So when I multiply 3 times negative 6, I come up with a negative 18. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a list of all the numbers that I know multiply to 18. And these are the numbers that I know multiply to 18. But, so the first thing is, I don't want just an 18, I want a negative 18. And I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 18, but when I add them together, I get a positive 17. So look, if I do this, and if I add straight across, that's 17, that's 7, and that's 3. If I just add these numbers with that,
Right.
so those are the ones that I want to use, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rewrite this. It's going to look like this: 3x squared. I'm going to use this number minus 1x plus 18x because the sign of that 18 is positive, minus 6. And then what I do is I put these two in a box and I say, okay, look, what can I factor out of there? We can take out an x, and we're left with a 3x minus 1. And then from here, we can take out a 6, yeah, and we're left with a 3x minus 1. And if those pieces match up, then we're doing great. And then this one, along with that one, is my other piece. So now that I have that factored out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to the original problem. Let's see. And we're going to say we want to factor it completely. So we have these two factors, 3x minus 1 and x plus 6. And then because we knew that this was a 0, x equals 5 is a 0 of the polynomial, then when I take this 5 and I bring it back to the other side, the factor is really an x minus 5. And that's why we're factoring there. And so what we've done now is we've factored everything completely. So when the sign here has already been changed for me, then when I write it here, I put x, and then with the opposite, that's right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen with you again, and I'm going to put what we had there. So we had parentheses 3x minus 1. We had x plus 6, I want to say. We had x minus 5. And then we're going to check it, and we got it.
Okay.
Does that work?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
That works.
Any other ones that you want to ask me about?
No, so I mean, I have gotten maybe about like halfway through, and the other ones I was pretty good with.
Okay.
But I haven't gone through all of it yet. So
Okay, yeah, no worries, no worries. And again, Eric, at some point, like if you're going through the review, tonight, tomorrow, whatever it is, Monday. Remember so I'm going to share something else with you guys real quick. Where to go? Here we go. Let's go here. Let's go. Okay, so actually, I'm going to go to my lab page, and if I click on my assignment, a couple of things. So let's see. Number one, so I reopened every single homework assignment, right? So they're all open,
yeah.
and they're going to stay open until December the 9th. So if there's ever an assignment you didn't get a chance to do or you didn't finish it, everything is going to be open. And for the quizzes, I did increase the number of attempts to 5 shots each for each quiz. So I'm just going to make this up. Like, say you had done quiz 2 and you got an
Right.
80 and you're going to try to do better, you got a couple more shots at it. And then even if you do worse, we always keep the better of the 2 grades. So it's never going to hurt.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt. It's not going to, no big
Okay.
deal. Um, but one thing I did want to mention, oops, that's not where I was going to go. So the test 2 is going to open up tonight. Pull this up.
Right.
Here somewhere. Here we go. So test 2 is going to be available tonight. It's going to open up at 7:30, and you'll be open all the way until Wednesday the 24th. So
Oh, okay. So
that's the
next
day
week.
before Thanksgiving, right? So you can take it anytime
Hmm.
between now and then. The only thing is, once you start it, there is a 5-hour time limit, right? So you can't like start it Sunday and say, "Oh, I'll do the rest Tuesday." It's like it's got to all be done in one
Right.
chunk. I do have the formula sheet here as well. So there's a link to the formula sheet. And then at any point in time between now and Wednesday, if you got any questions on anything, Erica, take a picture of the problem, send it to me. I'll make a quick video, and I'll send it out to you.
Okay. Okay.
If you have any other questions, yeah, let me know. I'm happy to send anything out that you might have.
Okay.
Um,
I think I'm
any
good.
other?
I think that's
Sorry, go ahead.
no. I mean, I think I'm good. I kind of like looked through a lot of them just to kind of see what they look like, and it was just those few little things
Okay,
that I was a little bit unsure about.
sure, sure. Okay, yeah, no problem then. Let me stop sharing this. Stop sharing that, and let me stop